Hey guys, welcome back. This is Team Turn 3, here for another game of Competitive Commander. I'm Jesse, and today I'm joined by
Adam,
Ivan,
and Carlos.
So we've taken all our mulligan decisions already, and after a lengthy battle of die rolls, which I almost managed to go first, but this guy over here managed to just beat me on like the third reroll. I'm going last, and Carlos is going first. So Carlos, why don't you take it away?
Cool.
No salt, guys. No salt.
no salt, none.
Hi guys, today we are playing Green White Selvala as always. The basic plan is to cast Selvala and then assemble a combo that will allow us to get infinite untap triggers. Normally we do this by assembling Mirror Entity and Werewolf Symbiont or Priest of Titania and Umbral Mantle. Or we have infinite untap triggers and infinite mana, we will proceed to draw our whole deck and find a way to win the game. So in our field hand we got G-San, Umbral Mantle, Silence, Stoneforge Mystic, Mana Confluence, Verdant Catacombs, and a Forest. We have no acceleration here, so I decided just to mull away in this hand. In our second 7, we got an Orochi Leaf Color, Crop Rotation, Lightning Greave, 2 Forests, Nertus Claim, and 2 Arms. Again, we don't have any kind of acceleration, and also we are missing a land, so I decided to mull this away. Our third hand, we got a Birklon Ranger, an Enlightened Tutor, an Instill Energy, Elvish Arzurit, Blooded Strand, and Autumn's Veil. Yet again, we don't have enough mana to get Selvala out on turn 2, and so I decided to mull this away. And for our final hand, we got a January Elf, Wirewood Lodge, a Forest, and a Command Tower, and a Congregation at Dawn. Now, I decided to keep this hand because we have a clear turn 3 kill. With this, we just need to cast Selvala turn 2, and on turn 3 on our upkeep, cast Congregation at Dawn for Mirror Entity and Werewolf Symbiont. For the Scry, I scry a Birds of Paradise. I decided to keep it on top just in case. I would like to have more mana in case something happens to Selvala.
Alright everyone, Ivan here, and today we're going to be playing Grixis Storm, so back to the roots. I'm very excited about this. Instead of Jaliva, this time we're going to be playing Kess. So the basic plan is like the usual, we're going to be playing a lot of fast mana such as Dark Ritual, Chrome Mox, Auto Ritual or Artifact Ramp, into card advantage such as Draw Spells, Wheels, Tutors, Demonic Tutor, Wheel of Fortune type of deal, into our endgame, which is either going to be to cast a Doomsday into a Lab Man, or we're going to try to have enough critical mass of spells into an Aether Flux Reservoir and then laser beam people to death. Now, this time, what's really interesting is that we have Kess instead of Jaliva. Very, very similar build. We have an extra tutor with Entomb with Kess, but the main difference is that Jaliva is most often seen as a whiff outlet, so if things really go bad for you, you can always play Jaliva, exile some cards, and hopefully you're able to get out of it. If other people are playing fast combo and black tutoring, that's even better for you. Kess is a little bit better on her own without expecting your opponents to play good stuff. She doesn't have the very small chance of exiling your Labman, which is always sad. And more often than not, if the game goes long, you can start casting tutors, rituals, anything back from your graveyard. So she's really good setup for the late game. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. Alright, so the hand I kept was a kind of a crazy hand. So we start with an Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, into a Steam Vent, Soul Ring, Lotus Petal, Vampiric Tutor, Doomsday, and Toxic Deluge. I think we can't really hope for anything better for this hand. We have all our colors, we have some ramp, we have Vampiric Tutor to get whatever we need, and we have the Doomsday. Doomsday and a cantrip usually means we're able to assemble a win. The plan's probably going to be to try to assemble it by turn 3. Turn 1, Vampiric Tutor. Turn 2, put some more ramp on the table. By turn 3, we should be able to go off. But this is very reliant on turn 1. If we draw another cantrip or another ramp spell, maybe we can try for a turn 2. We'll see how this turns out.
Adam here. This week I'm playing Sidisi. Sidisi is an all-in combo deck that aims to ramp into an early Sidisi, tutoring out an Adnos, casting it the following turn, and attempting to win on that same turn just by drawing most of our deck. In some rare cases, you can actually generate 10 mana in one turn to cast Sidisi, tutor the Adnos, and then immediately go off. So, our first opening hand which we kept was a Swamp, a second Swamp, an Ebon Stronghold, a Lotus Petal, Codex Shredder, a Voltaic Key, and an Imperial Seal. While this hand isn't like super fast, we're going to be able to Imperial Seal and find a piece of artifact ramp like a Mana Vault and use Voltaic in tandem with that to generate some mana, and hopefully we can go off with Sidisi around turn 3, turn 4 this game.
Hey guys, Jesse here. Today I'm playing 4-color Aluren. So the way this deck works is it tries to assemble an infinite mana combo, which it then channels into Thrasios' ability, ultimately letting us draw a Walking Ballista, casting said Walking Ballista as an infinitely large creature, and we can then use it to shoot down all of our opponents on the spot. So basically, the way we assemble these infinite mana combos will typically be through one of two different methods. One of which is to get an Aluren into play, play a Recruiter of the Guard, and then assemble a combo using Cavern Harpy and Shrieking Drake, as well as a Shardless Agent to effectively cheat our entire library into play, using top deck tutors and stuff like that. The other way is through Paradox Engine. Paradox Engine with any self-bounce creature such as the aforementioned Cavern Harpy or a Shrieking Drake, with a reasonable amount of rocks, including one blue source, will generate infinite mana through repeated casts of the bouncing creature. Alright, so for this game I kept a Wirewood Symbiote, a Voyaging Satyr, Tropical Island, a Silence, a Carpet of Flowers, an Avacyn's Pilgrim, and a Swan Song. So this hand is actually nice. It's a mix of good ramp and some interactions. So basically we can navigate the early turns by laying down our ramp, and then basically just hold up interaction while we accrue value through Tymna, ultimately assembling our combo, hopefully off the back of a single tutor.
Okay, let me draw my card for the turn.
Carlos, wouldn't you rather be going second?
No. Let's see. Command tower at one green, and gotta play a Birds of Paradise.
Surprise.
Yeah,
That's kind of broken.
Surprise, surprise. You can go.
Thank you.
You might have 3 mana on turn 2.
Yes.
Okay, that's a thing. Alright. We're gonna start off with a Steam Vent, losing 2 life. And you use the Steam Vent to play a Sol Ring.
Oh no.
Then we are gonna
Ban this card. Wizards.
cast a Lotus Petal.
Uh-oh.
Then to make sure we have Metalcraft, we're gonna cast a Chrome Mox, exiling a Toxic Deluge.
Oh,
Ooh.
really?
Yeah. Then we're gonna
Man has balls.
pass turn.
Cool.
Sweet. Alright, that's one less Toxic Deluge to worry about.
That's one less Toxic Deluge to worry about.
I'm very happy with your
I'm
decisions.
going to play a
Thank you.
Swamp into a Lotus Petal.
Busted.
Busted. And we will Imperial Seal,
Ooh.
going down to 38.
Alright.
Alright.
Let's see how you want to take this.
Alright, so you put a card on top with your
I'll
Imperial
put
Seal?
that on top.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and take a draw.
It's not an Adnos, don't worry.
I'm going to play a Tropical Island. Tap it to play a Carpet of Flowers. Proceed to my second main phase. Target you.
What?
Play an Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Oh
That's it.
shit.
Go.
Okay, Ivan, please do not play like 5 islands like the other time.
My deck is mainly islands though. Mainly islands.
Well, suppose we cannot do anything about
That's
that.
fine, he just plays Kess and
Yeah, you're just gonna shoot
flashbacks
Selvala.
the Toxic Deluge, and then we all cry.
It's an XL.
It's an exile.
Okay, Selvala on the
Yes.
battlefield. Go, Ivan.
And your turn.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Chasm Imperial Recruiter.
Wow, what did I say was going to happen? During a cut, I said, I feel like we're going to see exactly Vampiric Tutor.
Well, you saw me stutter tapping my Chromax and be like, nah, we'll wait. It was clearly a Vamp Tutor.
Yeah, obvious plays are obvious.
Vampiric Tutor into top deck Adnos. Main phase Adnos. So
And we're back. So I've put a card on top.
how about that Adnos?
Would you like to see the Dadnas?
I would have gotten an Adnos in this position probably.
That's fair. So I'm going to proceed to my main step.
Your draw. But,
My draw step, sorry, yeah. Play an Urborg.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
nice. Fixing my mana.
Just for you, baby. Just for you.
Can't wait to Bubbling Muck.
Right? I will then go ahead and pay 3 black and cast Doomsday.
Oh,
1 card in hand.
This is even better. Oh my
Is
god.
he about to Doomsday Pass?
no. I mean, he has a cantrip in his hand.
I
Frantic
mean, I'm not
search.
an expert.
No, no.
But let's say I was not an idiot. Maybe a tutored cantrip.
All right. Well, he doesn't have 2 islands, so he can't go for a gush pile.
Yeah. So here's the time where I say, does anybody has removal or counter?
Would you like to pass priority?
I've got nothing.
I'll pass priority.
Why are you looking at me? You don't you see this?
I'll proceed at building a doomsday pile.
I was like frantic
We'll go into a
search.
cut.
Nah.
Yeah.
We're back.
All right, guys. And we're back. I'm sorry this took some time, but I think you guys will find it exciting. I have exactly 1 mana, not enough for a standard doomsday pile. So, it's gonna be spicy.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder.
All right. So I'm at 19 life. We'll open this up with a git probe, paying 2 life, going to 17.
Draw a card.
Draw.
Well, who are you targeting?
Look at Jesse's hand.
Concede.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
All right.
Well, he had a silence.
He had a swan bird.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Are you ready for all the excitement in the world?
You should usually target yourself with the git probe. I mean,
Is that a legal move?
yeah.
Look at target
target player's
You
hand.
can look at your own hand.
If
You can look at your own hand.
If you're concerned about someone like spite conceding, I'm not going to do that.
I'm used to us playing with the rules of the EDH map.
Yeah, of
where
course.
You're not allowed to concede. Spite concede. Anyway, crack this for blue. Pointing out, I have 3 cards in my graveyard, 4 cards in my pile left, and casting a time twister.
Holy shit!
Yo, spicy.
All right, so
Time twister pile.
so
Oh,
so
man.
I'll pick up the 3 cards in my graveyard
No one has a response to time twister.
I
and
wish.
the 4 cards in my library, and we'll let people shuffle.
Wait.
And try to get out of this.
Shuffle them. Draw them. Time twister pile, baby. All right.
Perfect.
This is don't try this at home, kids.
don't
You
try
could-
this at all.
you could-
My
you could
my hand
severely-
hurts. And
Yo, spicy. Someone's been reading the Doomsday Primer.
I don't even.
I should make a doomsday primer. We should make that video where to teach people how to doomsday.
There's a very good Doomsday Primer, and we'll put a link in the description below because
But I
everyone
think
should read that.
I think all of like the time twister piles in the Doomsday Primer are talking about using time twister to open your pile as your opener in hand.
Well, this is a spicy new pile.
It only works because he had no cards in hand.
Wow.
Yeah, literally. And I had to pedal and play to crack.
And because you tutored the Gitaxian probe, I guess?
It's like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Oh, wow. Ivan, you're a pretty decent Doomsday player.
Thank you. Let's try. It's been almost a year of making doomsday piles and shit.
Yeah, this is one I have yet to see from you. But I imagine you probably, at some point, goldfished it.
Yeah,
6.
yeah. This hand was totally planned out and didn't take like 10 minutes of your life to figure out.
10 minutes, please.
All right. Well, I've got my 7, and I hate to throw a wrench in your plan.
Cool. So is everybody ready?
Yeah, I already drew my
Right.
7. Yeah.
The surprise to everyone. The Lotus Petal.
Oh, she's back.
Oh baby.
Counter.
We're gonna go with El Mana Crypto.
Wait, hold on. Response. No, it's nothing.
It's covered in harpy. It's foil though.
It is foil.
Throwing that bling my way. All right.
All right. Go for it.
Cracking for blue again. Playing Labman.
Mm-hmm.
Results.
I have nothing. Anyone? Snuff out. Snuff out.
Gut probe.
Response.
Paying 2 life. Paying 2 life.
Oh!
I'm at 15.
Response. Crack the pedal. Human frailty?
Adam.
We're almost there.
Pact of Negation.
Oh, it's a protected pile.
Jesse?
I've got nothing. I'm
Oh,
afraid.
no.
Surprise that the last known card in my hand is Doomsday. Anybody have something else?
No.
All right, I'm proud of this.
All right. Well played. I guess let's talk about this in the post game.
All right, everyone. So now for the post game, and what a game, right? It was a quick one today. I mean, at least for you watching, not for us making decisions and pausing the video to make decisions. I'm sorry, everyone. Very sorry. But yeah. So I think this game really came up to my opener. I had one of those crazy openers, which I've laid down here. To everyone see it. So Steam Vents, Urborg, Lotus Petal, Soul Ring, Vamp Tutor, Doomsday, and Toxic Deluge. Of course, opening a Doomsday pile and having a cantrip at hand usually means that you can just win on the spot, right? Usually you're able to make 3 Doomsday piles if you have enough to make Gush, which wasn't the case this time. Or if you have enough to just Night Whisper a few times, usually you're fine too. But again, the problem with the turn 2 Doomsday pile and no other card left in hand is that we couldn't Frantic Search to open the Doomsday pile. Like after opening the Doomsday pile, we couldn't open it into a Frantic Search to just dig down more cards. We couldn't easily Night's Whisper, because if we went the Night Whisper pile to get 2 cards, we could Lion's Eye Diamond into a Sensei, and then we just weren't able to have enough steam to dig up cards with the Sensei, which adds itself back on the deck. And then we stood there thinking for a little while, and finally at some point I need to give credit to Jesse, because Adam was looking at my math and was commenting that I had 3 mana after I opened my Doomsday pile, so I was starting to think about the 3 drops. I started thinking about actually Windfall before I started thinking about the Time Twister. And yeah, so finally Jesse mentioned something about Time Twister. I thought about Time Twister, and then this happened, and I'm really proud of it. And I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. That actually will have a tendency to happen when it comes to Doomsday piles. Is everyone is going to kind of sit around waiting while the unconventional Doomsday pile gets built.
Well, the good thing with Doomsday is that it's very rarely a conventional Doomsday pile. The perfect open into like a nice Gush and to get 2 cards, Lion's Eye, get Probe into, oh, look at that, it's a Yogswell. Like, that's nice, but it never happens.
Well, I wouldn't say it never happens.
It can happen, but right, you always have something off. There's always a card missing, a card's already used, a card got destroyed, something is just not right, or you just don't have enough life to go through, a double Git Probe with more around it.
That sounds more like unlucky.
Yeah. Or he runs Doomsday, he runs Adna, so let's all punch him.
Right.
That's also another thing.
So Adam, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I run Adnos and no one punched me. But yeah, no, it was a weird game. I kept a kind of weird hand. I top decked the Imperial Seal. Initially, I was just going to Codex Shredder on the first turn, and I kind of regret not Codex Shredder on the first turn. Like, I could have stopped that.
You have helped a lot.
Yeah, but I feel I made the right choice to Imperial Seal. I put a Mana Vault on top because I thought I could. I had a Voltaic in hand. I could get some mana, maybe get something going. But ultimately, it didn't matter. I was really excited when I got the Human Frailty because the hand I wheeled into was okay. I had some tutors. I had some ramp, but he countered the Human Frailty.
Right. Yeah. He made a protected pile as one does in this situation. So I think my opener was fine. It was acceptable. I was gonna have a turn 2 Tymna, and I was gonna try to basically just accrue value while assembling my combo. I even had interaction in my hand. The problem is that going last meant that I couldn't untap, and I chose to take turn 1 to develop, which is kind of along the lines of what you did, because I mean, you can't always play defensively, right? Sometimes you have to go for your own win, and especially on turn 1, you don't want to do nothing and just lose so much tempo.
To be fair, someone winning at the beginning of the second turn
it's rare.
Uncommon.
It's uncommon.
And even then, right? I was extremely reliant on my top deck. So I was looking at my first hand. My opener clearly was demonstrating a turn 3 Doomsday, which is a lot more common with a really good hand. But top decking into the Chrome Monks just meant that I was able to both play the Sol Ring and Vampiric Tutor. As my original plan would just have been to turn 1 Vampiric Tutor, or I had the option to maybe ramp to turn 2 Vampiric Tutor, as you mentioned, to Adnaz, into end of Carlos's turn, doing an Adnaz with a more standard Storm play. But I know things just ended up lining up with a perfect Chrome Box at the top deck.
That hand really, and I mean, I guess the choices you made really kind of priced you into going for the turn 2 win, because I think what you ended up doing is going quite all in, Vampiric Tutoring for a Gitaxian Probe, and more importantly, excelling your Toxic Deluge, which would have been the best piece of interaction in this particular matchup.
Absolutely. Well, again, seeing the Chrome Monks is really what... That's why I pulled my opener as the card. I mean, the game only lasted 2 turns, but this was a game really on the opener, really on the decision and the direction I decided to go with. This. There was 2 or 3 ways I could have gone, but it really felt like this offered me the chance of a turn 2 win if I wasn't stopped. So I decided to go with it. If I was stopped, I would have been able to just play Kess, maybe hope to come back, replay Vampiric Tutor. Like, because I had so much ramp, I felt like I was maybe safe.
Yeah, and you know what?
that aspect.
With like nice cards like Vampiric Tutor in your graveyard, like Kess looks really good in that situation.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't look fantastic in this situation? Jaleva.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm going to start this discussion again.
I mean, no, it's just like, look at the matchup, right? Like, unless he hits my ad
No,
nauseam,
of course.
Or
I mean,
is.
like, what is he going to get from you? Is he going to use your congregation at dawn? Like, that seems really bad.
no, I'm just saying because last week I saw a lot of like discussions about Jiliba being a good commander, which it is, but you know that Jiliba is just a placeholder commander meme. Like everybody actually believed that. So
Jaleva is extremely strong, and I'll keep saying that. She's extremely strong as a comeback mechanic if you whiff. If you're going all out into the storm plan, and sadly your storm plan doesn't achieve to get you there, Jaleva is one of the best commanders to try to come back. Probably together with Yidris in like a whiff scenario.
Reverse Mermaid, if you're listening, shout out to you, and I agree wholeheartedly with your statement that Grixis Storm now has a character selection screen.
Yes, 100%. I didn't read that coming, but that's smart. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Carlos, what are your thoughts on the match we just played?
well, I mean, it was very sad because I opened with a Congregation at Dawn in my hand. This in Selvala, this is our Doomsday in Selvala. We basically cast this on our upkeep, and we tutor Mirror Entity and Wirewood Symbiont plus another card. Now the tier creature is highly situational on what do you have available. If you don't have any more lands, but you have a Savannah or a Temple Garden, you might want to tutor Quiron Ranger to get some more mana and get another white to play Mirror Entity and start the combo with Wirewood Symbiont. If you have the white, you could just easily tutor for those and have your protection there. And if you have on-tappers and you can already produce a lot of green mana but don't have any white and you don't have any dual available for Quiron Ranger, you just get Orochi Leaf Color, so you can filter your green mana into white. This little dude, surprisingly, has been very useful in my deck. Like, it's such a bad card, but it filters all my green mana into white, which is surprisingly relevant in my deck. Now I was going to go for Mirror Entity, Wirewood Symbiont. I was going to try to get Dosan, but I wouldn't have any more white mana, so I had Wirewood Lodge in my hand to serve as an additional on-tapper. So I think I was going to go to Orochi Leaf Color, but I think that maybe if I didn't play the command tower on my first turn, I could just play my 2 forests, get to my turn, play Congregation down upkeep, get Mirror Entity, Wirewood Symbiont, and Dosan, draw Mirror Entity, parlay into Wirewood Symbiont, play Mirror Entity, and hopefully we will have 5 mana to start the combo, and then Dosan on the top. But well, the war we'll never know at this point.
Well, I love the comparison between Congregation at Dawn, Selvala, and Doomsday, and any Storm deck. It's basically the same card in a different dressing.
Yeah, the thing is that it's only search for 3 creatures, but all my combos are creature based. I mean, I actually tutor for these 2. I could tutor for Priest of Titania and Stormforge Mystic to get Umbra Mantle, but that takes much longer to get going. This is basically the 2 prime targets.
That's fair.
So you think you could have won on turn 2 there?
No, turn 3. Man, Selvala
So
turn
he's
1.
saying if I messed
Or
up,
turn 3, yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
if I messed up, he got it.
Right.
That's what he's saying.
That's true.
So he had a removal. If you also had drawn into a counter spell, I would have died, and then he would have maybe gotten it.
Well,
But there are-
he had his wheeled hand.
There are turn 2 lines, like if you had gotten Selvala on turn
I mean,
1.
if I have Mana Creep and Stonegrass Prairie, yeah, sure, I can
Right.
have Selvala turn 1 and then do my stuff turn 3 very easily.
Turn 2 or 3.
Turn 2, sorry. We were talking about turn 1
Right.
Selvala scenario.
But I forgot that you handily beat me with the die rolls and made me go last.
Yeah, sorry. Man, if I could see the future, I would say, okay, let's try to roll a little lower.
Guys, I'm just kidding. No salt. I mean, if nobody else has any other comments, I figure why don't we get to the next game?
Excellent.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Team Turn 3, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.